everyone, it's great to see you. I am out front today with a collection of beautiful trees and shrubs, and oh my goodness, you have seen me unboxing these throughout the winter, and now it is time to actually do something with them. So behind here we have an area, this is our driveway, and this little circular area had grass in it, but the grass has now been removed, and there's about 1 or 2 inches of loam that was added to the top. And this is going to become the new Japanese garden with some beautiful Japanese maples and some lovely pines, and oh, it's just going to be awesome. Now, this is sort of new territory for me, so there's a very good chance that in the future you might see me rearrange things, but I'm going to do the best job I can getting the structure of this garden in today. And the structure will be these dwarf conifers and the Japanese maples. The first thing that I'm going to do, now that I have the area somewhat prepped, is to measure and make sure that I'm somewhat leaving space for these adorable little trees to get to the size that they're going to eventually fill into. So you know, with conifers especially, they give you a 10-year growth. So they will keep growing after 10 years, but I'm gonna go by that 10-year. And if I have to rearrange things after that, that's fine. I think we'll be doing very well to get to that 10-year point. It means that when you see this all planted up today, it might look a little sparse because I'm leaving space in between. However, that gives me options for planting some beautiful annual flowers in between everything. Now, it's pretty sunny at the moment here, but that's because this is the sunniest part of the day for this part of the yard, and I have an elm tree and a very, very tall oak tree here that haven't leafed out, and as soon as they leaf out, it really becomes shady. So we're gonna get some sun here around early afternoon, but other than that, we get a lot of shade. So I've tried to choose pieces that I'm either going to put them out towards the edge of this that gets more sun, or they are going to be okay with a part shade environment. First thing I'm going to do is do some measuring. Okay, so it can be really hard to tell how much space to leave for a little pine that looks like this that can get 10 feet tall. So this adorable pine here is going to be one of my background structures, and after about 10 years, it gets to be about 6 feet wide. So I'm thinking I'll remove some of these other plants eventually. If it's 6 feet wide, I need to make sure that I leave 3 feet to the brick wall, which brings me here, and then another 3 feet. So I'm gonna leave it maybe right about there. And then it will fill in and grow up. Now this is a beautiful green with a slight bluish tinge to it. This particular plant is Oregon green, which is an Austrian black pine. Now, because it gets so tall, I'm going to need to candle this, and I'll show you when it's time to do that. But you can see that the candles are already starting on this plant. So if I keep that there, then my idea is I want to make sure that I'm spreading out the colors and the textures of these plants. So I'm going to have this beautiful Austrian pine here as the backdrop. Now I'm going to put out the Japanese maples where I think they are going to go. This one I am so excited about. This is Winter Flame. It is a coral bark. You can tell it still has its red bark here. And when the leaves fall off of this in the winter, this is going to be such a beautiful focal piece. So Winter Flame can get pretty wide. It can get about 8 feet wide. Let me see how tall, just a second. About 6 feet tall, 6 to 8 feet wide. So not too tall, but I want this to really show up well. So I want to make sure that I'm leaving enough space here. So I'm thinking, oh, it could get pretty tall, and I need at least 3 feet in each direction here. for my 6 feet, and maybe I'll even make it 4 feet just to be safe. So there's plenty of growing. Okay, that's 4 feet from my edge. So I'm thinking all the way around, I want to make sure that I'm leaving that space for it. That's perfect. Notice I use really high-tech ways to mark this. Yep, that'll be great. So winter flame, oh, I am so excited about a coral bark. Over on the other side of the yard, I have a Japanese maple that was here when we moved in, and it turns a beautiful orange in the fall. And we know that Japanese maples, they're really known for their fall color. So if I have orange over there, this is going to turn bright red for its leaves in the fall. Then I want to change it up to have another color here. I'm thinking maybe I'll put green twinkles or coral magic. I think I'll get my coral magic in here first. So coral magic is also going to turn orange when it comes fall time. And I'm thinking an orange over there and an orange over here. Coral magic gets to be about 6 by 6 also. So let's make sure we have enough space. I'm gonna put it in that 4 feet again, I think. Okay, and let's see where this is gonna take us. Pretty good. And of course, with Japanese maples, you can trim them and keep them down in size, but I do like the idea of just having it, you know, being able to get it to the size that it wants to go. That's the easiest thing with plants, to not try to make them fit our rules, but to let them grow the way they would like to. Okay, I have some more here. I have, oh yes, Scarlet Princess. And I'm thinking Scarlet Princess might go in here. Scarlet Princess is going to get, now this is going to have red leaves throughout the summer. So although that one turns red in the fall, it has bright green leaves in the summer. This one would have the red leaves, maroonish leaves in the summer, and then get a brighter red. This one is going to have the green leaves in the summer turning to the orange. So notice how I'm sort of spreading these out. This one is the smallest weeping lace leaf that there is. It only gets 3 by 2. So we're talking really small here. And then I'm gonna grab this adorable little guy, Green Twinkles. Who doesn't love green twinkles? Okay, and I think Green Twinkles might come out a little bit. Green Twinkles is small, 3 to 4 feet. Oh, very cute. So I'm thinking we could do, let me measure to make sure we have space. Yep, we're gonna have plenty of space here. Perfect. Okay, nice. Now you always want to plant to show off your maple trees, whether you're showing off the leaf color or the structure. Even once these trees are defoliated in the winter, they have a very beautiful structure naturally to them. And if you don't have a backdrop to that, you're not going to see it. So we're going to have this big pine back there. But I also think the umbrella pine, now this is a dwarf umbrella pine, the piccola, of course, and it only gets to be, let me see, 3 to 4 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide. So I'm thinking that this guy is really, really tiny, but I better mark out his space. Okay, so this is Scarlet Princess. Only needs a couple feet. Let's see. I think I want to pull her a little more forward. That only needs 2 feet total. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh yeah, perfect. going to fit right in there. Okay, and that will leave me about thinking we can put this one in right here. Beautiful. Yes, so I don't want them running into each other. I want them to have just enough breathing space. And then I have these adorable little guys. So these are tiny, tiny little ones. And this beautiful cypress. So let me find our cypress here. This cypress is Snow White. It's going to get tall, 4 to 5 feet, but it only gets 2 feet wide. And it has this beautiful, solid blue-green, will stay this way through the year. So when I'm talking about creating this background for the Japanese maples, this is one that's going to be solid and gorgeous. And I'm thinking way over here. I might move it, you never know. Okay, and so here we have green penguin. Remember, poor green penguin. We're still nursing green penguin back to health, but green penguin stays that small size also, only about 4 feet tall by 2 feet wide, so also very tiny. And then we have this adorable Mugo pine. This is Sherwood compacta. Sherwood compacta is 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall. And then over here we have, this is going to be, oh, this is Smithii. Yes, Smithii is very tiny, 1 foot by 1 foot. So Smithii can pretty much go anywhere here. Okay, let's see. So this one needs 2 feet, but it's still gonna give that nice background for us. I'm thinking right in here. Okay. That looks pretty good. 2 feet tall by 3 feet wide. I do love Mugo pines. They make such a beautiful little rounded bush. Oh my gosh. In fact, I was driving today and I was like, I know that one. It's a Mugo pine. It was that beautiful little small bush. You know, like they stay cute and you don't really notice them till you're looking for them. But oh, so adorable. Okay, this should fit right in there somewhere. And here's Smithii. Now Smithii here is, oh, look at how adorable this is. This is just so cute. Okay, so here we go. 1 foot, 1.5. It's a dwarf Bosnian pine. So I can tell the ones that are pines because you can see they're sending up these little candles here. And pines are so unique in that they put up these candles. That's that year's growth. Whatever they put up, that's how much they're going to grow. Okay, I want this one close to the edge too because I want to see it. I think I'm going to put them both in here. Won't that be cute? Okay, one there and one here. Yes, adorable. Okay, now I step back and I see what I think. This one only gets to be 2 feet wide and about 5 feet tall. 4 to 5 feet tall, a little shorter than me. I don't know. Oh, Dan's giving me a thumbs up. That's okay. We're going to try it here. Why not? Let's see. Okay, now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that, look at all the space that I'm going to have in here. I have the moss that I ordered, so I'm going to start growing the moss. And then once we can get the annuals in, I'm thinking a big swath of New Guinea impatiens all along the edge. Now eventually our beautiful Japanese maples might come right out to the edge and maybe I'll just do patches of New Guinea impatiens, but that's going to take a number of years, so I might as well just enjoy being able to add in some beautiful color in between here too. Now this could be tough, digging them in. When you dig in your Japanese maples And I'm going to be treating my conifers pretty much the same. Japanese maples, though, especially. They do not like a lot of fertilizer. They like nitrogen a little bit for their growth of leaves. But our goal with these, unlike our annuals that we want to go, okay, we want to go big, tons of flowers, give them lots of great nutrients. We want these to grow slowly. So you're not benefiting yourself to add in tons of fertilizer for them. I'm happy that they go slow and grow 1 or 2 inches a year. That's great. So I'm not really adding anything. I have the good loam on top. I'm out of biotone, so we're skipping the biotone today too. I'm going to dig them in. It's going to be important to make sure that they're planted right where they are planted up to now. You do not want to plant these too deep because they do not like water to sit around their roots. In fact, one of the primary ways people lose their Japanese maples are because they are situated somewhere that retains water for too long. So it needs to drain well. Planting them up a little higher is going to help with that drainage. They like the water, but they don't want the water to stick around. So I'm not giving them extra food. I'm going to make sure that they're planted on the high side compared to the low side. And I'm thinking of these trees. We have a lot of roots here. And I didn't want to rototill here or anything and upset those beautiful tree roots. That's fine. I have my root slayer. I'm going to do the best I can to get these in. Typically, when you're planting either a conifer or a Japanese maple, you want to dig twice the depth of the pot they're in and twice the width of the pot they're in. I'm going to do the best job I can to do that, but I make no promises. If we can get them in the ground, I will be happy. So digging in all of these wonderful trees ended up a lot harder than I had suspected. Little did I know, underneath this area of the yard, there is some plastic sheets of pavers. Whether they did that to help with erosion or in the far past this was a patio, I don't know, but it made digging very difficult, so I had to have some help. Here we are a couple days later, everything is dug in. And you'll probably notice that I did put some metal cages around the Japanese maple. Now, the Japanese maples are not a favorite of rabbits. However, there are a lot of bunnies around here, and to me they look bunny height at the moment with these adorable little tender leaves coming out. I'm just afraid that might prove too much of a temptation to our bunnies. So to make sure that these are protected, I thought a little cage around them might help. It also helps people who don't know that they're planted not to wander through and walk on them, because these are baby Japanese maples, and until they get bigger, that could be an easy thing to have happen. I will be keeping you updated on how this garden continues. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.